Cheryl left early. My mom's not at that hospital. I just called because I was going to say, because remember, there's no release for me, so she may as well be in Timbuktu if I'm calling another unit, another wing, or even another hospital. They will not, because of the HIPAA law, be able to tell me anything. However, they will, I know from past experience, when Marion pulled that shit in 2010 with me, they will take a message. They'll say, well, we can't confirm or deny that so-and-so is here. However, I will take your name and number. We'll give her the message if she's here, and she can call you. She can't call me because, obviously, I'm not going to give her my phone number, and I told you why, because of Marion, okay? I can give Cheryl's number. I was going to have them simply, I was going to say, this is what I was going to say. My name is Laura so-and-so. I understand that because of the HIPAA law, I fully comprehend that you are not able to confirm or deny that my mother is there in your unit. However, I also know that you can take a message, so will you please tell her daughter Laura loves her, and let her know that Cheryl's worried about her, and say to my mother, if my mother wishes to talk to me, all my mother has to do is from the patient line, providing she's somewhere there is a patient line, now we don't even know where she is, but from the patient line, contact Cheryl, and then Cheryl will have the patient line number, and Cheryl will be able to give me that number, and I will be able to contact my mother. I wasn't able to do any of that because my mom's not there. I was just told that where I was told my mother is, we don't have any such unit. So whatever the social worker was told, it wasn't the whole truth. Or the social worker intentionally didn't tell Cheryl the whole truth. Only told her enough so I'd know my mom was safe. She's not at that hospital. So sick to me, and not just my situation, just anybody who's in my situation or similar situations. These stars, these rich people, whatever, they can just snap their fingers. They can, they can buy furs and this and that and whatever, and it means nothing to them. Okay, it's like Jerry Seinfeld and his 15 cars or whatnot. That Chad Kroeger later used in his stupid song Rockstar. You know what I mean? They can do whatever. They have so much more money at their disposal than they know what to do with. And for that matter, so does that little twit Justin Bieber, and who's pissing it all away and doing whatever and doing drugs. And any of these people could help me in a heartbeat. Of course they won't, I could fight Marion. It takes thousands of dollars to do it, and I don't have that kind of money. I don't have even close. I don't have a penny, really. If you want to get down to the nitty-gritty, I don't have the money to fight Marion. I'd have to get a lawyer. I was been repeatedly told, and I understand that too, a free lawyer won't touch this. And I was told that when my mother was in it right from her. Now it's just Marion's word against mine, It just sucks. It all sucks. The elite on this planet have so much fucking power. And they have so much money that they just piss away on trivial crap, on nothing. I don't have the money to get a lawyer to fight my cunt of an Art Marion, okay? and have happen what I know damn well, and so do other people know damn well my mother wanted to have happen. It just sucks. It just sucks. That's why I call that piece of shit crap my Aunt Marion the most vile word I can think of. I hate her fucking guts. That's why I was shit-faced outside of that bar that time. I shouldn't even have been at by myself. It wasn't in Hollywood, it was local. I was gonna take a taxi home to Donald and Hope. Waited for the fucking taxi that never came. I'm sure I was upset about one thing or another, probably just about life in general, or about the fact that I have to be at this bar by myself, you know. In any case, this guy, as an aside, he wasn't attractive at all, but so what? I played with him because he was just, he's so full of shit, you know? I'm waiting outside for a taxi, it's the end, it's all closed down, you know? Of course, he's thinking, oh, maybe he has a shot with me, or when I had no shot in hell with me. He especially had no shot in hell with me when I decided to play with him a little bit and say something or other, I don't know, about life, or this life sucks. What's wrong with life? Oh no, I'm sorry, world. This world is horrible. What's wrong with this world? You know, and then I was hinting around at Sylvia Plath. He didn't even know who Sylvia Plath was. You know. Now, would I have started fucking with his head if he had left me alone? No. He started saying stuff to me or whatnot. Oh, I noticed you all night, but I was afraid to talk to you. Yeah, you were wise to be afraid to talk to me, because I would have had no interest in you whatsoever. Alright? And if you were spouting your shit that you're spouting to me right now about what's wrong with this world and yada yada yada, proving you don't have a brain in your fucking head, I wouldn't even have been interested in you had you been attractive. But on top of being ignorant, you're not even remotely, you know, my type, if we want to be politically correct. Why did I even bring that up? I don't know. It's just because this world sucks, you know? I don't even know why I brought that up. I'm sure I had some train of thought or reasoning behind it. As people try to say this world doesn't suck when it does. Oh, I know why. Because all this shit's going on with me. You know? It's always all this shit going on with me. It's always something. It's not trivial. You know? It's always something major. It's not trivial. That night, I mean, I knew I'd been through all that crap, and now I'm homeless, living with Donald and Hope, who could throw me out at any moment. I'm on welfare. I don't have a penny, you know. I got drunk ahead of time, and I, you know, drank the cheapest stuff while I was there. I was there just because it was karaoke, and I wanted to hear karaoke. Because I enjoy that. It gives me pleasure to hear people sing karaoke. And it was local, and it wasn't going to cost me that much for the night, you know. And it's not something I did all the time, you know. It had been months and months and months. since I'd done anything or gone to holiday. You know what I mean? It's not that I did all the time. I couldn't afford to. Just once in a while, I needed to just not be this homeless, penniless loser, you know, on welfare, living with her abusive ex, who was still abusive, you know, not beating me, just still psychologically abusive, and his mom, you know, but whatever. I'm just saying, it's Friday night. If I wanted to, I mean, I could get all dolled up. I could go to a club or bar. I could even go to one far away. The trains run pretty late, and apparently they're going to start running even later. But whatever. I could go to a club or bar. I could get all dolled up. And I'd be hit on, believe me, I was hit on at 232 pounds. You think I wouldn't be hit on at 166 pounds? Almost 70 pounds less. And none of those men who are hitting on me would have a fucking clue in the universe what was going on in the back of my head at all times. They wouldn't have a fucking clue in the universe. I don't want to go to a bar or a club. I want to dance. I want to be shit-faced and dancing, but not by myself. Not when I've gone there by myself, see? I'm not going to do that ever again. Just not gonna. I want what so many people take in, I have to qualify, so many people in the United States take for granted. I want to be out dancing and drinking with friends who I know are not going to let anything bad happen to me. No matter how drunk I get, they're not going to, I can trust them and they're not going to let anything bad happen to me. And I want to be dressed really sexy, and I want to be hit on by men who are attractive, who I'm attracted to. And I want all that shit I used to experience. It's just I experienced it under bad circumstances because I wasn't safe, because I was out by myself. I wasn't safe for myself and my loneliness and my self-hatred. The more I drank, the less safe I became. So now I would never even put myself in that situation where there would even be a chance. And what I want is free. It's just it's not free because you have to meet the right person or it's just not even worth it. Could pay to get a massage, or just a regular professional massage. I ache to be touched again by hands other than my own. I ache to be touched by another person. Just touched as hell. Just, like I said, the only way to get that is you have to deal with all the bullshit. Bullshit's not worth it. And I probably shouldn't waste the money on a professional massage, seeing as that's not what I want anyway, Yeah, so, I know Cheryl's telling me the truth, but it's possible the social worker only told Cheryl, didn't tell Cheryl the whole truth. Because you heard me in the other I said, oh, she's still at that hospital, just a different unit? And Cheryl's like, yeah, no, she's not. I just called. She's not. This is the main number. They don't know me from Adam. I just say, can you connect me to such and such unit? And they say, we don't have any such unit here. Click, The end. You good boy, Omar. Omar's been going poo-poo outside. Actually, the 3 days of our walk, our long walk, which today it's not as warm out. Although I'm being kind of ridiculous, I could just wear a hat. I can dress warmer. I'm just sick of this. I want it warm every day. I want it at least in the 50s every day. But nevertheless, Omar has been going poo-poo 3 days in a row. The 3 days of our walk, 3 times poo-poo outside. So we're impressed. I just took him out. He went his afternoon poo-poo. I didn't even realize he was going to be going 3rd poo-poos, but he does. And he went in the house before. So now you went to 3 days in a row, the 3 poo-poos, huh? All outside. You're so good. That's me being proactive. Taking him out more. Taking him, right? So you can sit in here with me. You're not going to go to the bathroom. You went 7 pee-pees and you went poo-poo. So we're good, right? We're good. We're good. And Mama's doing laundry. I want to put Come With Me Now by Congo on my MP3 player. Pay another $1.29. I can dress a little warmer and we can go for a walkie. Cheryl told me today when I was saying blah, 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 whatever, she's like, you should write to your state congressman, your senator, whatnot, the same types of people that the Humane Society always sends me a thing. Will you sign this petition? Will you call up your rep and say, please support this bill, blah, 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 whatever. And then the same ones I met with at Humane Lobby Day, I didn't meet with them directly. I met with their reps, but their reps take notes and they tell them what you said. I originally thought I'd have to meet them by myself. I was led to believe that, but no. There were more people at Humane Lobby Day this year. And this is the first year I ever was a part of it. They asked me to be, so I did it. I'm actually supposed to, at some point, a couple weeks, I don't know, sometime, go door to door asking people to support the confinement bill. support that than to get rid of the inhumane confinement thing, you know, things where the pigs or the veal, the baby calves can't even turn around their entire lives, and they just can't even have the basic, they can't even turn around in the pens they're in, and they get all sores on them, and, you know, they can't even have basic rights. And how I feel is I don't eat them anymore, but if we have to eat them, they should at least not be, you know, they should at least have some dignity before we eat them, and, you know. So I'm trying to get that bill passed. But it was funny, and Cheryl said it to me. I didn't have to say anything. I'm like, I'm going to go to the press. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I said it to the woman I was talking with at that hospital in the unit my mom was in before, because I was just so frustrated, you know. I'm just so frustrated. And Cheryl's like, if she's moved again, you're in the same situation every time. She's not even at that hospital. So, yeah, I know she's safe for now, but in the end, I won't know unless her social worker keeps me in the loop. I won't know if she's committed. I won't know if she takes a turn for the worse physically. I won't know shit, and it's so sick. It's so sick. It's so sick. So yeah, if I was out at a bar or a club or whatnot, and these men were hitting on me, and I know they would, because I know what I can look like if I try. I can wear heels this tall, I can wear skirts up to here, I can wear low-cut tops, okay? I get hit on by hot men even when I'm a lot heavier. You don't have to believe me, I don't care. I was at, what the hell's the name of that club in Hollywood? The goth club, fuck, what's the name of it? Hold on. Well, I can't remember the name of it anyway. It's the only goth club in Hollywood. But I went to a few times and danced at. I was there. This was just pure chance I was in heaven, because the other time I went and they weren't playing anything I liked. But I went there the night they were having Depeche Mode tribute night. I guess Depeche Mode had released a new album or something, and on Depeche Mode tribute night they didn't just play Depeche Mode, they played, oh my God, so many songs that I loved, and I danced like crazy all by myself. At a goth club you can do that. At a regular club, a top 40 club, you look like a loser or stupid if you're dancing by yourself, but at a goth club you can dance by yourself, because I used to go to Man Ray. Unless these two Axes. Those are the two clubs that justifiably banned me, and, you know, and sent me on my way to, I needed some kind of release, and that's why I started stripping online. Earthcam TV, I found it, I just stumbled across it. You can call it chance, you can call it whatever. Coincidence, or maybe there are no coincidences, I don't know. Chance, or it was meant to be, or I don't know. All I know is even when I was heavier, I got hit on by hot guys. That's the bottom line here. And I look pretty much the same, except I'm thinner, but I mean age-wise, I haven't changed. I haven't really changed in the last 10, 15 years, whatever. Sure, there's extra wrinkles or whatnot, but you can't see them in the dark in the clubs, bars anyway. Pretty much look the same. Anyway, that Goth Hollywood, remember, I only went every once in a while because I needed it. I needed to just not be this homeless, penniless loser on welfare living with her abusive ex and his mother, you know, for free and rent-free. I needed it, and I did it every once in a while. I could only afford it every once in a while. When we say every once in a while, we mean months would go by, okay? I loved it that night. It was Depeche Mode tribute night. But another time I went, this guy, this was back when I was about 217. I wasn't quite 232, but I was close enough. But I still, even heavy, I have the height and the tits and the ass and the curves and whatnot. And this really attractive guy was hitting on me. And he was boring the shit out of me. I was shit-faced as usual, shit-faced. I'd ride there shit-faced, and I wanted to dance. All I wanted to do, and I didn't like the music, and but I wanted to dance even if I didn't like the music. I just didn't like it enough to dance by myself. Depeche Mode tribute night, they were playing all kinds of great songs, you know, More Human Than Human, and anything you could think of that it was just, you know, 9 Inch Nails, I'm sure they played. But this night, they weren't playing anything that I liked. This guy started hitting on me, but his way of hitting on me was to just to go down the list, to tell me he's an actor. Yeah, I've been in this, and I've been a bit part in that, and that, and that, and that, and that, down the list of like 20 things he's been in. I didn't give a shit. That's what he did. He just went on and on, rattled on and on about all these TV shows he'd been in. He just bored me. I just wanted to dance. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want to hear his list of all the things he'd been in. I wanted him to whatever, to stroke my arm, to grab me, to say, let's go dance, to, you know. But that's not what he was about. He was about just rattling on and on and on. But all the TV shows he'd had parts in, and I didn't care. I'm sure he thought I would be impressed. I didn't care. You're boring me. Go away. If you're not gonna get up there and dance with me, go away. I'm shit-faced. I want to dance. That's all that I want. It's like the song by Don Henley, right? Don Henley. Yeah. All she wants to do is dance, dance, dance. That's not by the Eagles. That's by the... Last time I accidentally said Dirty Laundry was by the Eagles, but it isn't. It's by the break-off guy. You know, the guy who went solo, which I believe is Don Henley, right? All she wants to do is dance. I still want to drink and dance. I'm sure I would enjoy it now as much as ever. But I'm not gonna do it. I could. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to. Not like it was always been in the past where I go by myself. And it wasn't always like that. I remember occasionally I went with Sally, my little hot blonde married friend at the time, you know. If she could get away from her husband who didn't want her going out because she, even though she didn't technically cheat on, he knew that he just didn't like it. You know, and I occasionally went with, Joe and I went out dancing sometimes, and I occasionally... One time I had this guy from Craigslist. I had put in an ad that I wanted someone to go dance with me, and he wound up meeting me at that Spotlight bar that doesn't exist anymore in Hollywood, you know, and the one I used to go do karaoke. And we met on karaoke night, and I actually did karaoke, and he and I also danced. I wasn't really attracted to him. But he could have wooed me over. But in the end, he did some things that reminded me of Donald's cheapness and whatnot. I just don't want to be with anyone like that. And I was paying for all my own drinks, and I was paying for... You can be poor and still not be cheap, okay? Or you can... He just did some things, and then afterwards when we were walking, for me to take 2 buses, the 17 and the 30, you know, the 217 and the 233, or the 2, whatever, I forget, but home for hours and wait. He waited for me while I was waiting at the bus stop, and, you know, I was drunk, and I liked to be held, and I leaned against him, and he thought I was gorgeous, by the way. He was alright. He just wasn't my type. And he wound up saying things, like I said, he could not be my type, and then he could switch me around. Okay? Because I made sure, even before I was going to go out dancing with anyone, that they were at least my height. So he was taller than me. He was okay. He was okay looking. I had a picture of him ahead of time. I mean, he was alright, but if he had said things or done certain things, he would have become more attractive in my eyes. That's just how I am, you know. But he didn't say, he did the opposite. He didn't said things that I didn't like that much. And while we were walking to the bus stop, he was talking really bad about, you know, about his ex or whatnot. Now granted, I talk really bad about Donald, but Donald nearly killed me. I mean, you know, Donald destroyed my self-esteem methodically for years and then nearly killed me and didn't care. So that's a little bit different than some guy bitching about his girlfriend. This, you know what I mean? It's different. I'm sorry, but it is. And I don't even think I said anything about that anyway. Probably didn't. I'm sure I didn't, because I wouldn't want to. I'm out with this guy and I just want to dance and have fun and listen to karaoke and pretend. So I didn't say anything about anything. But he did. He was bad-mouthing his ex left and right, but I'm smart and I can read between the lines. And I knew this is not a guy I would want to pursue something with. And in the end he showed us true colors, because in the end, I told him, I wrote to him, like, you know what, I've changed my mind. I don't think this is going to work out. And he'd be like, you said you wanted to, he got all defensive with me. You know, why can't you just be let down easy? I could have just never contacted you again. I told you the truth, that I decided that we're not, but he probably felt that I led him on. No, I didn't lead you on. I showed you a good time. I wasn't really all that attracted to you, but I showed you a really good time because we were out together. You weren't paying, you didn't spend a penny on me, okay? We were out together and you didn't spend a penny on me, and you know, I changed my mind. Then he wound up putting me down and whatnot because, you know, people show their true colors. Nobody likes to be rejected, but I'm not going to pretend and go out with you again if I'm really not interested. That's what a first date is about. You don't just go on a second date because you don't want to hurt the person's feelings or something, you know. I wasn't interested. You said you were looking for a dance, so what? You know? And I met you, and based on my lack of I wasn't all that physically attracted to you, but then you said and did things that caused me to realize that you're not somebody I'm interested in pursuing anything with. Period. I don't have to be. I don't have to like you. I showed you a good time. If that's you thinking that I liked you more, well, tough shit. I wanted to have a good time. You know? If I acted cold towards you, we wouldn't have had a nice time. You had a great time with me. Be happy about that. Why, you know? No, he has to put me down, this, that, whatever. So full of shit. Everybody is so full of shit. I'm sorry, not everybody, but a hell of a lot of people.